Welcome back to Everything Defensive Carry. I want to make a quick video here on Independence Day. It's our birthday in this country. And I just want to share with you a little bit about what I've been doing today, where my mind's been at, and a few thoughts. I'd like to share a really special rifle that I have with you guys, and it's right here. This is a Remington Model 783. It's 270 Winchester, which is my favorite caliber. Now, the rifle itself, there's really nothing special about it. It's pretty much a budget model from Remington. It's a super accurate rifle though. It's got one of the worst bolts I ever worked in my life. Got a great trigger, but man, if you think you're going to work that bolt fast, you got another thing coming. But like I said, it's highly accurate. It's got kind of a medium-sized barrel on it, recessed crown. I don't know if you can see that or not on the camera, but it's super accurate. I was out today and I had just put this new scope on it because my other scope, that budget scope that comes on it, I think it's Bushnell, it fogged up on me a couple of times when I was out hunting with it over the years, and I thought, well, you know, that ain't no good. And it wasn't too clear either. So anyway, this morning I went out and I loaded up some ammo last night. I lost my reloading data book when we moved into the new place here. And I had all my information in there, so I had to start from scratch. So I loaded up some 270 ammo last night and mounted this scope on there. And went out today to see if it would see how it shot. Well, I bore sighted it first. Used the old-fashioned method, remove the bolt, look down the barrel, and adjust the scope to see where you're at down. You all know how that goes. Some of you people out there that's been doing this for a long time. But anyway, so my first shot hit here. So I made that was with an old round of ammo that I'd fired previously, that I'd made beforehand. So with the new batch, I shot one and it hit here. I took another shot, thinking I might have just pulled it off. My rest wasn't very good. But anyway, basically, so I had two shots here, and then I adjusted my dope, my windage, my elevation, and I'm right there where I want to be. So it's a highly accurate gun. I'm using a 130 grain boat tail soft point made by Spear, an IMR 4831. And I found that this would be a highly accurate, deadly combination. Like I said, I've killed a lot of deer with this rifle, but let me explain to you why this rifle is special. Many years ago when I was in the Marine Corps, I re-enlisted and was sent to Camp Pendleton for a specialty school. And I met a guy down there, another Marine, who just got out of boot camp, and he was in the same class that I was in. We become lifelong buddies. We have common interests of everything that shooting and single action revolvers and lever actions and all that. He was from Texas. I'm, from here in Kentucky. Well, we stayed friends long after our Marine Corps days. He come down with a rare form of colon cancer, and didn't have any insurance, and treatment and all was, basically they just sent him home to die. So he went for a special treatment with this fellow in Houston that had a special way of dealing with this rare form of cancer that he had. So to raise money, they got things donated to them to raffle off to raise money. And this rifle was one thing that was donated by, I don't know, a hardware store or maybe a sporting goods store there in Texas. They raffled this rifle off to raise money for his treatment. And a banker won the raffle. Well, shortly after my buddy Jack passed away, the banker gave this rifle in the box, unfired, back to his daddy. Well, Jack's daddy and I we'd been friends ever since I've known Jack. And since he only had one son, and Jack passed away, I guess I was the next best thing he had to that. So he come up to visit me and he gave me this rifle. So I really enjoy using this rifle and hunting with this rifle. You know, it's kind of like having Jack with me when I'm in the woods. You know, so yeah. It's not an expensive rifle. It's not anything that anybody would take any great pride in. But you know, sometimes there's more meaning in things than just how much they cost or how fancy they are. So anyway, I just want to share that with you guys. So today I sighted it in and got it ready for whatever I need to use it for. Probably be deer season this year. But also, it being Independence Day and everything, I thought, hey, what better way to celebrate that? Take out the old Colt AR. It's just a basic LE model, and I put a Vortex red dot on this. I guess I've had this whole rig about 8 years now, and everything's worked well. This is the Vortex red dot has been very good. Now I don't get out there and run and do things like I used to do when I was in the Marine Corps. I don't shoot 1,000 rounds through this at a time. Well, I bet you this rifle probably hadn't had 100 rounds shot through it, to tell you the truth. I'll be honest, I really don't have a lot of fun shooting an AR. I guess where I carried one so long when I was in the service, they just don't hold any special attraction to me. But in this day and time, you know, with a lot of the things we got going on out there right now, you know, that'd be the rifle to have. And as I'm looking around and I'm seeing how they got law enforcement up against the ropes, their backs to the wall, you know, my concern is that if we ever have to get this country straight, I'm afraid it's going to have to be us to do it. So if you got an AR, get out there today and shoot it, and make sure it's sighted in and ready to go, or whatever rifle you have. If it's an AK, if it's a lever gun, you know, all those things work pretty good. And right now it's a pretty good time to get out there and try them out, make sure they're sighted in, make sure you know how to use it. So anyway guys, I don't want to get too far off on politics and all this downer stuff. I try to keep my channel upbeat, informative, and not political. But, you know, that's where we're at right now. So, but anyway guys, you have a great Independence Day. It's about 3:09 here in Kentucky, and hopefully I'll have this video posted in the next 20 or 30 minutes. But I think about 4 or 5 o'clock, I'm going to load up my kayak, my fishing equipment, and drive down to the lake and spend the rest of the day on the water doing a little fishing. So anyway guys, you take care, guys and gals. You take care of yourselves. You enjoy this day. You go watch some fireworks. When you watch them fireworks, you just think about the rockets, red glare, the bombs bursting in there, and you remember what that's really all about, because that's what them fireworks really represent. So take somebody along or talk to somebody. I mean, a lot of these kids today, they don't understand the sacrifices. They don't understand all the things that the generations before them have had to persevere through and go through, and the suffering and the death, the bloodshed, they don't understand what's being given to them in this country. They certainly aren't learning it in the schools. By the time they get to college, I mean, those idiots in college, they're all communists, indoctrinating these kids with all these crazy ideas. And you know, folks, if you don't know where you come from, you don't know where you're going. You don't have a direction. And that's what's happened. We've sat by as socialists, communists, Marxists, whatever you want to call them, has indoctrinated generation after generation after generation. And that combined with all these generations having it so easy and not having to make any major sacrifices, that combination has brought us to where we're at right now. An ungrateful nation, a disrespectful younger generation, and guys, we're going to have to stop it. It's going to have to be stopped. So, have fun this Independence Day. Make sure you educate somebody. Make sure you share history with people, because if something doesn't happen pretty soon, I guess we're going to have to step in and eventually take this thing back ourselves. So anyway, God bless you all. Enjoy your Independence Day, and we'll see you on the next one.